Hey there, I am doing a tutorial video today and I thought I'd start with something a little bit simple. I'm just doing a geranium leaf. This is from my little garden in here. So I took a picture on my phone, got a reference. So what I'm going to do is do a wash of Aureolin Yellow and Sap Green, mostly yellow. And I'm just going to do a really even, really watery wash all over the face of this leaf. And it's called a wet on dry technique because it's a wet brush on dry paper. So here we go. I'm just going to speed through this a little bit and then I'll let this layer dry and then we'll go to the next section. Alright, so as you can see, that painting dried in 1 second. I actually just cut that part out. It took like maybe 15 minutes for that layer to dry. But once it's completely dry and it's not cold to the touch anymore, I went in with my brush. Actually, you can see I switched brushes right here because the round brush I was using before was a little too big, and I'm trying to really be careful in this section because I'm trying to keep the veins of this leaf really light, okay, so that it's true to what this leaf looks like in real life. And so you'll see that I'm just moving around the flower, the leaf, and I'm keeping the spots light that I want to keep light. I'm not super worried about adding any detail right now. You can tell that it's still a little bit one-dimensional and it's kind of just one shade of green. But I'm just slowly building this leaf. I'm not trying to make it all detailed in one, in one go. You have to work in layers. You have to do one layer, let it dry, do another layer, let that part dry. So here I go. This is where I'm going to start adding a little bit more of the deeper contrasts in value, and that's what's going to start making it feel a little bit more realistic. And as you can see, I'm staying really close to the edge of those veins, and in doing that, it's starting to create that almost bubbled up feel. You know what I mean? Like it makes it feel like a leaf, like that has dimension to it. So I'm staying close to those vein edges. I'm definitely referencing a photo. I'm going back and forth. My eyes are looking to the paper, to my reference, to the paper, to my reference. And this part is a little bit more meticulous, so I'm going to kind of just show you little bits and pieces of it, show you my process. Hopefully in just watching, you'll be able to sort of see what my techniques are. You can see that I often do a technique where I will get a ton of paint on my brush and not as much water. It's a little more heavy on the paint side, and I'll do a really strong, thick line. And then what I'll do is I'll shake off the paint in the water, blot it so I have kind of just a wet brush. And then I'll use my wet brush, as you're going to see right now, to create a soft gradient so I don't have those hard lines, and it kind of creates more of a realistic feel. So you can see that it feels like a true leaf where there's a natural gradient of dark green to light green, and it gives it that almost cool bubbled feel we were talking about. As I mentioned, I'm trying to be really careful about avoiding those veins, because as soon as one section that's still wet touches another section that's wet, it'll just bleed and kind of create a little pool, and it'll mess up those lines. So this is a little bit of an advanced leaf. Yeah, you just want to be really cautious about how much water you're using and just keep a steady hand. If you need to move your paper around so that you have a really good angle, work slowly. That's my biggest advice for avoiding those lines, those veins. So I'm almost finished with this painting. One last tip is that to remember that watercolor dries lighter than you expect. It's not uncommon that I'll paint something, it'll feel really great, and then a few minutes later I'll look back at the section I painted and just feel like it lost the punch that I felt like it had. So just remember, like, keep layering, work slowly, build those contrasts, because those contrasts, the dark versus the light, that's what really makes botanicals specifically come to life and make them feel more realistic. So don't be afraid to go dark, but also don't go dark too quick. Hopefully that makes sense, but okay, I think that's pretty much it. So I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.